I guess right now I'm sort of debating the number of bots on Twitter with Parag on Twitter, and currently, what I'm being told is that there's just no way to know the number of bots. It's like as unknowable as the human soul, basically. So we have no idea what level of witchcraft and alchemy is needed to determine this bot percentage.
Have you determined?
I said, like, why not try calling people? But I haven't got a response. You know, like, if you tried calling people or something, you know, like maybe try that.
Answer? It's not a bot.
No, I don't know. But I think like that would be one of the things to do, to say, like, have you tried calling them, as opposed to like trying to read the tea leaves here? That's like impossible, you know. Obviously, you can have an account that looks exactly like a human account, or is being operated where one person is operating 1,000 accounts or something. But that person can only buy one toaster. They're not going to buy 1,000 toasters. So you care about like number of unique, real people that are on the system. It's extremely fundamental. And anyone who uses Twitter is well aware that the comment threads are full of spam, scam, and just a lot of, you know, fake accounts. So it seems beyond that you see making comments on a daily basis on Twitter is above 95%. That is what they're claiming. Does anyone have that experience? Exactly.
I mean,
really? Listen, like, there's a bridge I'd like to sell you. You know, you know, and also you can buy the Brooklyn Bridge.
What do you think it is?
What's the? I mean,
if it's not 5%, what is it?
I think it's some number that is probably at least 4 or 5 times that number. I'd say if you did sort of the lowest estimate would be probably 20%. And this is a bunch of quite smart outside firms have done analysis of Twitter and looked at the sort of daily users, and their conclusion is also about 20%, but that's a lower bound. It's not an upper bound. Mm-hmm. If you look at, say, the most liked tweets on Twitter, that tweet is less than 5 million likes. It's like 4.7 or something like that. And that was where I tweeted about that next time buying Coca-Cola to put the cocaine back in. Which, it's clearly something that the public really wants. And, you know, Coca-Cola Corporation should really think about going back to their roots. You know, some OG Coca-Cola. I mean, this, I guess, is the reason why our grandparents could sort of walk 20 miles in the snow. Because they had Coca-Cola with cocaine. This is the real reason. So, anyway, that is literally the most popular tweet of any living human. But Twitter says that the sort of monetizable daily active users is 217 million. So why would it be that the most popular tweet ever basically is only 2.5% of the entire user base? This seems a very, very low number. And the most popular tweets generally are clustered around that sort of 4 million like level. So it's sort of call it like basically 2% or less than 2% of the daily active users. And technically monetizable daily active users is how Twitter refers to it. So it just seems, how it sure makes a lot more sense. So something doesn't add up here. And my concern is not that, is it like, is it 5 or 7 or 8%, but is it potentially 80% or 90% bots?
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, I certainly know there's some real people on Twitter, but is it an order of magnitude is it 50% instead of 5%? And that's obviously an incredibly material number, especially since Twitter relies primarily on brand advertising as opposed to specific click-through advertising where you make a purchase. If you make a purchase, it doesn't really matter that much. But for brand advertising, which is really just awareness advertising, it matters if real humans are seeing that or not.
Yeah, and so I guess stepping back for a second, people are curious why you want to buy Twitter. Why is this so important to you? And then I guess, what are the chances you think the deal gets done at this point? So a two-parter. Why is it so important to you?
I mean, some of this I've articulated before, but I think there's a need for a public town square, digital town square that where people can debate issues of all kinds, including the most substantive issues. And in order for that to be the case, you have to have something that is as broadly inclusive as possible, that has as much of the people on the platform as possible, where it feels balanced from a political standpoint. It's not biased one way or the other, and where the system is transparent. This is why I think it's important to put the algorithm on GitHub and actually allow the public to see it and critique it and improve it. And if there are any manual changes, sort of shadow banning as it's called, or increasing or decreasing the prominence of a tweet, you're just where it is right now, where you don't know what the heck is going on. Why is one tweet doing well? Why is another tweet not? Is it the algorithm? Did someone manually intervene? Why are some accounts banned with no recourse, apparently? The reality is that Twitter at this point, has a very far left bias, and I would classify myself as a moderate, and neither Republican nor Democrat. And in fact, I have voted overwhelmingly for Democrats historically, overwhelmingly. Like I'm not sure. I might never have voted for a Republican, just to be clear.
Right.
Now this election, I will attempt to. It's not some right-wing takeover, as say people on the left may fear, but rather a moderate wing takeover, and an attempt to ensure that people of all political beliefs feel welcome on a digital town square, and they can express their beliefs without fear of being banned or shadow banned. And that we obviously need to get rid of the bots and scams and trolls and people that are operating huge bot armies in an attempt to unduly influence the public opinion. So this is what I think it's very important that we have that. Like some of the smartest people in history have thought about it and said, like, free speech is important for a healthy democracy. It is important, and free speech only matters. Like say, when does free speech matter most? It's when it's someone you don't like saying something you don't like. Yeah. That's when it actually matters. Obviously, and it's pretty annoying when someone you don't like says something you don't like,